French President Emmanuel Macron travelled to Beijing seeking China's help in ending Russia's invasion of Ukraine. That commitment was not forthcoming. But Macron later wrote on Twitter, "Long live the friendship between China and France." China described the visit as successful and rewarding. Just days later, the Chinese military conducted live fire exercises encircling Taiwan, which Beijing claims as part of its territory. On his return home, Macron said Europe must formulate its own China policy, rather than following the path of its transatlantic ally, the United States.
France is for the status quo in Taiwan. France supports the One China policy and the search for a peaceful settlement of the situation. This is, moreover, the position of the Europeans, and it is a position which has always been compatible with the role of ally. But it is precisely here that I insist on the importance of strategic autonomy. Being allies does not mean being a vassal.
Those comments triggered a backlash, especially in Eastern Europe. The Czech foreign minister responded, saying strong transatlantic relations are the foundation of Europe's security. Macron's timing was unwise, says former French ambassador to the US, Gérard Araud, now with the Atlantic Council.
We are just right now fighting, all of us together, behind the Americans. We are fighting the Russian aggression in Ukraine. And I do understand that for a lot of our partners, it was not the right moment, frankly, to raise the issue of our transatlantic alliance.
Critics say Macron's comments risk undermining that alliance.
Because it confirmed Chinese thinking that it is possible to drive a wedge between the United States and Europe.
In the wake of the brewing diplomatic storm, a delegation from the French Parliament visited Taiwan last week to reassure them of French support. Amid Russia's war on Ukraine and rising tensions between the West and China, some argue Macron is trying to avert wider confrontation.
China is asking for a multilateral world, and Macron is coming and say, okay, if you don't arm Russia, we can be France and claim that we are not a vassal to the US. We can claim that we are all different blocs, that we have our own sensitivities toward the One China policy or Taiwan and all those things.
The 2024 US election could see a president less keen than Joe Biden to defend Europe.
I think that the debate will be reopened by force. The Europeans who want to sleep under the American flag will be obliged to wake up.
Meanwhile, analysts say Britain's so-called AUKUS alliance with Australia and the United States would likely draw London into any confrontation in the Indo-Pacific. Henry Ridgwell for VOA News, London.